That was awful.
Aaron Pilati!
Can you hear me okay?
Well, keep talking, and depending on what you say, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I guess.
Sounds
Guys,
good.
thank you for joining the show. I am at home right now because Jessica is on a girls' weekend. She's not far. She's in Auburn, but it's girls' weekend. So I have Beckett full time for the next 3 days, and the kid lost his mind going to the to the radio station today. So I turned around and told Whitey and Anthony, who's behind the window, I said, "Guys, I got a StreamYard in. I gotta, tap in through a remote." So I'm at my house right now. Beckett is taking a nap, thank goodness. And
Yeah.
yeah, so we're gonna do the show from both Roseville and Sacramento today.
Okay.
I'll be your Roseville division.
I got a question about that. I was a big fan of the Police, the band, and in the 80s they were great, but they hated each other. They got back together like 15 years later, whatever it was, and I went to see them. They toured, they came through here. They had 3 different dressing rooms. They were only together on stage when they toured, their reunion tour, because they couldn't stand each other. I know some people are going to ask, is that what it's come to? Are Emron and Whitey so at odds that they can't be in the same studio together anymore? And I'm not sure what the answer is to that, but I was wondering what you thought.
I definitely think that.
Okay.
I feel like this is I wasn't going to out my reason for staying at home, but now that you said it,
Okay.
I quite hate you. So no, Whitey and I are best of friends. In fact, we passed around my son. He was sitting on both of our laps at different times, not at the same time.
Right.
As we were watching that game and watching the Kings get crushed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a rough go as a Sacramento Kings fan the last few weeks. Maybe that's kind of making me irritated, Whitey. Not at you, but more of just how the Kings season is shaping up right now. This is definitely not what I saw. I knew that we are going to have a bad stretch there, or at least a tough stretch, but I didn't expect 30-point blowouts. Losing by 2 points, and then all of a sudden 15 points within the last 2 minutes of the game. It was just that I'm watching these games. I'm looking and I'm going, where's this trigger point where the thing just flips to where it's like so impossible to come back from? What causes this? And I'm having trouble seeing it. It's a lot like when you go drive and you're like, why is there traffic? Who's stopping?
Yeah.
Where does traffic come from? It's kind of like, where does the Kings get this 20-point fall behind portion of a game when you think that they're doing okay? And it's hard to explain.
Yeah, if it's okay, I know we have a lot to get to today, but I was wondering if we could start there. I know it's one of the things you wanted to explain to us. What does that do here as the Kings struggle, and especially during this period where apparently they're going to start a rebuild, but they haven't really started that yet. They're still evaluating. So we're kind of in almost a little bit of purgatory as fans. What does that do for the prices and the value of Kings cards when it comes to basketball card collectors?
I'm going to relate it to my 25 years of real estate experience. Just because the house is nice, let's say this. Just because a house is priced correctly doesn't mean it's going to sell. There's a lot of extenuating factors it doesn't make the house go down in value. So, for example, if you have a house and you have a barking dog next door that's incessant dog barker, right?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't change the value of the house that you're trying to sell, but it does make it harder to sell because it's like, I don't want to deal with that dog. And right now, I feel like the cards of the Kings are a similar position. DeMar DeRozan rookie cards from 2003. No, they're same year as Curry, 2009. Zach LaVine rookie cards, 2013. They're not going to go down. It's just people are apathetic to buying it. Like, yeah, I guess I can buy it or don't. Are they going to be around? I don't know. So I think that this is the earliest. What are we? 11 games in? 10 games in?
They are now 3-10. So yeah.
So 13 games in?
Yeah.
This is the earliest I've ever seen Kings fans check out. I mean, truly, we have not had many people come in and ask for Kings cards. I have people come in wearing Kings jerseys, outfits, etc. to the store. But then I go, "Oh, you're a Kings fan?" And it's like, "Yep." It's like just depressed.
Almost don't want to admit it publicly.
Right. And so we talked pre-show, you and I did, about, well, who do we keep? And I think the Kings right now are in a showcase mode. Whether they do a rebuild or not, I think it's probably another 5 more games before they make this decision. Could they get to 6-13? Not like that's good, but like, could they show signs of hope splitting, going 50-50 on their remaining 5 or 6 games? Let's hope so. And if they do, then maybe there's hope. Maybe they're getting it together. But let's just say it continues down the path of 15 to 30 point losses. We're on the road for another 3 more games. So if we go down these losses, I think what happens then is you just start showcasing your guys. And when I say that, I mean, let Zach LaVine cook. Let him shoot 40 times a game, because we know that we got to showcase that guy for potential trade. I think the 2 guys that you showcase right now that you make the decision on is you do Debo, DeMar DeRozan, and you do Sabonis. Those are the 2.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the 2 most likely candidates to get traded, because of Debo's contract is under 30 million for a 20-point-a-game scorer. As ridiculous as that sounds, that's a particularly good deal. And 2, Sabonis has a lot of intangibles that, even though he's expensive at 43 million, people will want that, and his toughness. A little bit of concern is body breaking down a little bit. Gets an elbow from Jokic and is out for a couple games. Has a strained hamstring, out for a couple games. So he's maybe losing a little bit of durability that he's well known for. But I think those are the 2 guys. So if the Kings make this rebuild, this all-encompassing rebuild. But by the way, I don't believe very many of the pundits that are talking about this. Some people are just looking for clickbait to say some stuff, and they're making things up. But I think that if the Kings move into this rebuild, my suggestion on investing for Kings long term, whether you feel it's a good investment or not, mine was Keegan Murray, because he signed that long term contract. And then you, Whitey, you said somebody. I'll let you say who you thought was the better investment for a long term.
Yeah, the more I think about it, Keegan is the guy, but I also would, on the list, I'd have Nick Clifford. Those are the 2 guys that it looks like the organization is committed to. As far as whether they come back or not, real quick, they got 69 games left. So let's say they somehow found a way to win more than half of those. If you gave them 35 and 34 the rest of the way, that would put them at 38 wins for the season. That's if they play really well from here. So they're probably not going to accomplish. Yeah.
That's borderline play in.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, like you said, Whitey, it's to run 500 ball from the next 70-ish games. It's going to be nearly impossible.
Yeah.
I think also you have to look and see if Schroeder's a good trade candidate as well. I don't think they could trade him until either December or January, because of him signing as a new contract.
Yeah, I think he might be. Yeah, December 15th is a big day. Pardon me. I didn't mean to interrupt you there, because that's when, as you say, some of the free agents will be eligible for trades. And I think Kuminga, by the way, I think he's January 15th. So I'm working on a big Sabonis to the Warriors with Kuminga coming back. That's what I'm working on, Emran.
Sabonis to the Warriors with who coming out? Kuminga?
Jonathan Kuminga.
When the Warriors pull off games like they did last night against the Spurs, sometimes you don't want to mess with chemistry.
Yeah.
Right? And when you're losing, you want to mess with chemistry or lack of, and that's what we're doing right now with the Kings. Going back to Keegan Murray right now, he's supposed to be in activity, I think that's starting at late next week. He's going to be starting some activity, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I know that, Gary Gerald said a couple nights ago that Keegan is catching the ball now. So that's a start. And then, the timetable we got, which was 4 to 6 weeks, that was for his reevaluation. So we have to have the reevaluation here, which shouldn't be too much longer. But then that doesn't mean that, he's ready. They may say, he's going to need another X number of weeks. So we don't really know yet.
If we're 7-20, what's the rush? Right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, what's the rush at that point?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a shut it down for the season, but if
they do that, then we know that they're tanking.
Yes. And you know what I would love? I would love transparency from a front office, just to tell us what's going on. The one thing that I'll tell you about Sam Hinkie from years back, 10 years ago, when he was running the 76ers before what's his name ran it? Houston.
Colangelo is the one that. Oh, that's Daryl Morey came in, but
Morey's
Colangelo is the one
in that.
the league installed Colangelo. But yeah.
But when
Daryl Morey,
but when Hickey was running it, he said, "Hey guys, we're tanking. We're going to be really bad for 3 years, but we're going to get great draft picks. And even though it didn't work out perfectly, the plan did to get the opportunities. They tanked. They got Ben Simmons with the number 1 pick. They tanked. They ended up with the number 1 pick again with Markelle Fultz, who they traded Tatum for, which was stupidest trade ever. And then they also picked Joel Embiid with like the 3rd or 4th pick. So they had the right mindset to take that 3-year period and just say, we're going to tank, stay with us, 76ers fans. And, but I would love to see a reset, recalibration, and then, bring in the young guys. I think the Warriors did some hybrid of that. And if you're watching the 76ers right now, they're doing it right now for sure. They had Jared McCain from Sacramento kicking butt, and then he got injured. They have Maxey, who's like one of the leading scorers of the entire league right now, and VJ Edgecombe, who looks like the second coming of Vince Carter. So you're smiling. There's a reason why. What you got?
We comment here in the YouTube chat from John Log. Come on, please. I hear Kings talk all week. You are not coaches. Please talk about cards and new products.
Hey, card guy, shut up and just talk about cards, you idiot. Sorry, John. Damn.
But it relates to cards, John, because there's a lot of people around here who collect
John.
Kings cards. Yes.
Dang, John. Come on, I hear about it all week. Shut your mouth, idiot. All right, sorry, John. Okay, let's talk about cards before John throws bananas at me or something. Okay, so let's talk about the MVP.
I think that was actually Anthony, and I think he just said, John Log. That sounds like I made up. I'm going to log in. I'm John Log. Hey, you idiots, stop talking. You are not coaches.
I have 3 accounts in the YouTube chat right now. They're all complaining.
Okay, well, let's change the subject for John before we get fired off air. MVP buyback. So we had Ohtani and Judge both win yet again, the back-to-backs. Let's explain some of the buyback scenarios here. So we're talking about 2025 Topps Chrome buyback. So as you know, Topps Chrome has done a program for the last 3 or 4 years to where stores like mine, hobby shops like mine, allow credits to those that turn in their cards, in particular the Ohtani and Judge base cards. I posted on our Instagram last night. If you go to True Sports Cards on our Instagram, it has kind of the pictures and the rules of the trade. So base card Ohtani's, base card Judges, they go for $20 in store credit with us. We don't give you money for it. You get store credit. What they do is we give you $20 in store credit. We turn it into Topps at the end of the season. They give us back our $20. So it's a break-even proposition for us. The idea is to get people to come to the hobby store, spend money, and enjoy what they got. Refractors, non-numbered, start at $40. And from numbered refractors, it goes all the way up to potentially $200 per card, depending on which version of the card that you have. Did you buy any Topps Chrome this year, Whitey?
I did, and I bought some last year, and I still haven't hit any, of the cards that are eligible. By the way, real quick, Long Nien, and I hope I said your name right, Long. Thank you. Long Nien says, I enjoy the King stock. So yeah.
So we got John Log hating it, and Long Nguyen saying, I love it. All right.
Yes. But to answer your question,
50-50.
We're
50-50 at this point.
Yeah. If Anthony casts a deciding vote, though, we're in trouble. Yes, I love Topps Chrome. I can't wait for Chrome basketball, which is a whole different subject. I enjoy it. I love it, but I don't have any buyback eligible cards.
It's somebody said something about it's AC in the chat toast says, crisis averted because Cal Raleigh obviously was clearly either going to win or be second place. There was no doubt about that in the American League. And Cal Raleigh was not in the Topps Chrome product.
Right.
So he was going to be inserted into update, which meant that we would have had some problems. But that's not the issue. We won't have to worry about that anymore. There's something very unique this year regarding 24 Topps Chrome buyback. So let's talk about that, Whitey, if you don't mind.
Unique? How so?
Last year,
my interest has peaked.
I piqued your interest.
Yes.
last year we participated in the program just like many other hobby shops. We turned in, you as a customer turned in your 2024 Topps Chrome Otani and Judge because they won last year as well. Topps took those cards that we mailed into them. They repurposed them. They stamped them. There's a MVP stamp now on those cards, and they put them back in circulation.
Ooh.
So they were in packs again. 2024 cards that had been turned into hobby shops with now a new stamp on it that says MVP. Now they recirculated those cards, and if you now have those cards and you bring them into the shop, we're talking about some serious money. What I can tell so far is that they only did that to refractor cards, numbered ones. So the base level refractor card that has a 2024 Topps one with an MVP stamp on it that's been repurposed back in gives you $600 in store credit. Yes. That doesn't make me feel good knowing. I mean, I get my money back, but obviously I'll take the card and ship it to Topps and then wait a processing time. So, but that's okay. It's an incredible follow through here. And I feel like they're going to do this over and over again moving forward in future years, especially with Otani and Judge being at the top of their game in their primes. What if they get 3 in a row each? You know,
yes.
They're going to be like $1,000. So in this 2024 Topps Chrome Otani or Judge buyback, it has to have the MVP. So let's say that you had a refractor that didn't go through the process and it doesn't have that MVP stamp. We as a hobby shop cannot take that in as the $600 credit as an example. So it has to have that MVP stamp on it. But I think it's kind of a cool, innovative way to generate more buzz into this and reinsert cards from last year back into the market. This also causes a secondary increase in prices. So if, let's say that you put a card like that on eBay, could you cash out, maybe sell it for $550, right? Knowing that the buyer can walk into a shop like mine and sell it for $600. The only thing I'd be concerned about is fraudulence and fakes. I don't know if you can. I haven't seen one of those stamped ones yet come in, so I don't know the quality of the stamping or if they did something specific to it. But it does go all the way up to, I think, Whitey, what you may have the document I sent you, what it goes up to on that 24 buyback. It's pretty significant, like $1,000 or something like that.
Yeah, there's so much here. I apologize. It'll take me a minute
it's
to
a very
go through
It's a very end page of it, Whitey.
Buyback,
very end
MVP
page
stamps.
PDF.
Looks like 2024 MVP negative $1,000.
Yeah, that's going to be ouchy for me as a store, but I'd be happy to redeem
50.
that for any of you that have.
Numbered to 50. Yeah, Aaron Judge, negative, photo negative. I'll tell you, I understand what you're talking about. On a lesser scale, they have the stamp buyback cards in holiday, the advent calendar. And it's like I said, it's much lesser scale. There's not the same value, but they're really cool because I just got like a 1989 Ryan Sandberg All-Star card, and it had the holiday 2025 stamp on it. And they're worth a little bit, but it's really cool. You don't know what you're going to find. And so this is, I didn't know about this promotion, Emron. This is incredible.
Yeah, it's fairly new to me. They mentioned it in a hobby town hall. So that's pretty interesting. When I say hobby town hall, it's for dealers like me that we all get together once a month or so via Zoom, and they tell us some of the new products and exciting things that come out. Additionally, I wanted to mention this too. Since we were last on, Nick Kurtz has won Rookie of the Year on Monday.
I told you would.
So the Bowman Chrome Red RC, not the red refractor, the RC logo that's in the top corner. If it's red, fully red, that card now is worth $100 in the Fanatics ecosphere. That's not like a redemption where you come into the store and use it as store credit. This is more of, if you go to fanatics.com, you use Fanatics Collect, the auction site, you go to Fanatics Live, any of those places to go and buy stuff through the Fanatics world, that red refractor gives you $100. Now, you may want to hang on to that card because if Nick Kurtz in the future wins MVP, that card now turns into $300 in value. If he wins a second MVP, that card now turns into $500 value. If they win 3 MVPs, it goes up to $700 or $750 value. And then if he goes to the Hall of Fame, that same card is worth $1,000. Now, I believe that you're turning in the card. It's just, when do you want to use this golden ticket
Right.
to use? So if you don't think that Nick Kurtz is on the way to winning an MVP and you think that it's going to max out at $100, take advantage of it, use it now. If you think that he's going to be a Hall of Famer and you want to wait, 15, 20 years to hold on to that card to have it be worth $1,000, turn it in later if you decide to. So I think that Topps and Fanatics are doing a lot of really creative things that leads into some of our products that I want to announce here in the next few weeks.
We have a question, if I may interject here real quick, from Dwayne Baker. Just got a 61 Fleer Paul Hornung in near mint for under $20. Are things like that more beneficial than ripping packs, Emran Pilati?
The rate of return on investment in ripping packs or boxes is roughly about 15%. So when I say that, I mean, like, if you buy a box and it's worth $200, there's highly likely that you're getting $50 or less in value back in that box, as an example. It gets a little better as you go up the ladder. So as you spend more money, the better chances that you have at pulling something. But it hurts to swing on a $500 box and miss. And when I say miss, I mean you're going to get cards. It's just a matter of what level of value of the cards you're going to get. The fastest way to recover out of a box is to sell the cards immediately as soon as possible out of the box. That's your best way of trying to get back as much as you can. The next best thing is to hold on to specific players that you believe are going to make some waves, and then sell them as you watch them play. So as an example, 2025 football. Right now, even with Cam Scatabo hurting himself, he's still very much in demand. He's in Panini products. So remember, Topps is not making any football products this year. They're waiting until they get their license. So you're able to get a licensed New York Giants Cam Scatabo autograph in the product with Panini still in 2025. And with him being local, people love him. They're bullish on him doing well next year. Jackson Dart is an autograph that's in this in some of the, actually he's not in Panini product, I don't think, I apologize, but Shador is in there if you believe that Shador is going to do well. So those, you have to hit like that in order to have rate of return. So to answer the question, it's better for you to buy cards that you've selected, particularly 61 Fleer, because you know what, oldies but goodies age better every time. If you keep looking at vintage, it just doesn't go down. It may not go crazy, it may not go up $100 month to month, but if you're looking for slow, steady, I've never seen Mickey Mantle play. I know you were a little boy when he played, Whitey.
I probably saw him, but I don't recall seeing him.
But you know what? People come in and ask for Mickey Mantle all the time, whether they saw him or not, because they know how valuable his cards are, have been, and will always be. And if you want to move away from modern and into vintage, like the 61 Fleer Hornung, there's nothing wrong with having some part of your portfolio in that division.
I will say this also, because I know we talked about this last week, and everything you said is 100% true. You buy a blaster boxes, the odds of you hitting something, they're low. But last week, the day we did the show, Sheeny and I went to Barnes and Noble. We were looking at books, and she said, "Why don't you buy some cards?" So I was like, "Okay." So I bought some Topps Basketball Holiday Omega, which I hadn't seen at your store. If you had them, I apologize. I was at your store that day. You did? Okay. So I got one.
Yeah, they're $35.
Okay. I got one, and I got a Cooper flag card that was upside down, which means something. And I was like, why is this card upside down?
Facing the wrong direction?
Yes. And I couldn't figure out why. That usually means it's something. It's a cookie back rare short print. So that's a small hit. It's not worth a ton, but it's a short print of Cooper flag, and I got it from a blaster. So it can happen. I didn't, I'm not going to quit my job or anything, and it doesn't happen often, but every so often, the blind squirrel finds the acorn.
If you're trying to, not you, but if one is trying to hit $1,000 card on a product that's for $35, like, can it happen? Yes. Will it?
Probably not.
Probably not. But that's okay.
Yeah.
You're not buying it for that specific reason. You're buying it for a gift. You're buying it for a fun rip.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons why one would buy, in certain price points. And so, like when somebody comes into the store and they're staring, there's two walls, right? On the right, we have a wall of hobby product, more expensive per box, less cards, but higher chance of hitting something. And on the left, we have retail stuff that you find at Barnes and Noble, Walmart, etc. I want to make sure that somebody can come in and have options, both $1,000 plus boxes, all the way down to packs that are $3. I want to have options for everybody to come in. So the first thing that I say to somebody when they walk in, particularly when they're looking at the retail side, I go, "Who are you buying it for?" "I'm buying it for me. I'm buying it for my son. I'm buying it for my cousin. I'm buying it for my niece. I'm buying it for a birthday. I'm buying it to rip." I try to find out what their reason is for why they're buying it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's your price point? "Oh, I don't know." "How old is the person?" "He's 6." Okay, then instantly I go, we don't have to worry about big time, I need to make a hit or it's not going to be worth my time. Let's just have some fun ripping. So let's buy some inexpensive product. Let's get them in the hobby. Let's get them enjoying ripping cards. I can't tell you how many people come in buying a pack or 2 packs or 3 packs of Pokemon or sports cards, and they sit down with a kid, and the kid is losing their minds because they pulled an A's player or
Yeah.
a Giants player,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter who the player is. They're so excited, man. With my son being 3 years old, named Beckett, I hope that he gets involved in all this stuff, and I hope when he's 5 years old, he's ripping a pack and going, "Dad, I pulled Tyler Soderstrom, my favorite player," independent of the value of that. So it's all about trying to find out what fits for the person that's buying it, and let's have a great time enjoying cards
Mm-hmm.
within the budget that's affixed to you.
Yeah. Speaking of the holidays, as I was just mentioning, the Topps holiday basketball and baseball cards, you have something special coming up for this Thanksgiving holiday at the store, right?
Yeah.
I'm hearing rumors. I don't know what's true and what's not. I'm hearing some crazy stuff about what's going on at True Sports Cards.
All right, so our 4-year anniversary is coming up. It's officially Black Friday. We opened Black Friday of 2021. However, I wanted to kind of coincide it with something that we could do as an event. So at our store, True Sports Cards, located at 6661 Stanford Ranch in Rockland, across the street from the busiest Costco in the world, right off the 65
Mm-hmm.
Stanford Ranch Road. On December 6th, we're having a special day. We're going to be having in-store Giants legend Matt Williams, the slugger, the former third base coach of the Giants as recently as earlier this year with Bob Melvin. He's no longer doing that anymore. You can read between the lines. But Matt Williams, one of the great San Francisco Giants of all time, that third baseman, we love him. He'll be in shop signing autographs.
Mm-hmm.
And those autographs are going to be 25 or 35, depending on what you're getting signed. You can go to truesportscards.com to get your ticket. However, between now and Thanksgiving, I'd love to see you. So if you come in shop between now and Thanksgiving and spend $250 in the shop, you're going to get a free Matt Williams autograph for you to use that day when you come and hang out with him. So a simple, medium-sized box, hobby box, will get you there, because hobby boxes are between $200 and
Mm-hmm.
$400. Or you can mix and match, or you could do a frame job. We just lowered our framing prices. Any way you spend $250 on one single visit, you'll be receiving a Matt Williams autograph ticket for you to be able to use in store on December 6th to meet Matt Williams, take a picture with him, get your item signed.
That's
It's gonna be a great
tremendous.
time.
Yeah.
We're gonna be celebrating our 4-year anniversary that day.
Yeah. When you say item signed, I can choose the item, right?
Whatever you want to bring, and we will have custom jerseys. We'll have photos. We'll have baseballs. We'll have items for you to buy from us to have Matt sign, or you can bring anything that you want. Maybe something special that you want signed. You might have a favorite poster, or you have a photo, or you have maybe a ball. Whatever it is that you'd like.
Yeah. Also, Matt Williams, former manager of the Washington Nationals, among other things.
Did he manage the Diamondbacks as well?
Uh,
I feel like he definitely did stuff in the Diamondbacks organization.
Mm-hmm.
I knew you were going to kind of take a quick peek at that, Whitey, to confirm me. The last thing I'll tell you is that night, so Matt will be signing autographs from roughly about 1 to 2 p.m. on the 6th of Saturday the 6th. Approximately 6 p.m. that night, we will also have our world famous trade night, where we have normally 100 to 150 people coming through there.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great time for you to bring your cards in that you want to trade or sell to us or sell to other people. It basically turns into a nice little marketplace for you to hang out, spend some time, get to know other collectors in the market and in the area, and do some business, make some trades, get rid of some cards you don't want, and get some cards that you do. That'll go from 6 to 9. We'll have
Great.
some pizza, we'll have some drinks, and a great time. We'll be giving away a lot of stuff, especially with it being our 4-year anniversary
Hmm.
celebration.
Speaking of trades, I remember when the Giants traded Matt Williams, people were not happy. But no, he never actually managed Arizona. He was a coach for Arizona, the A's, the Padres, and the Giants. But as a manager, the Washington Nationals and the Kia Tigers of, I believe, the KBL, Korean Baseball League. But looking forward to having him at your store, Emran.
Check this out. So if I was Brian Wilson, the closer for the Giants in the 2000s during the World Series run, my setup man would be my wife Jessica Pilati, who is my Sergio Romo of the game. And if you look in the YouTube Chateau, she goes, "Wait a minute, she's in there right now. She's supposed to be on Girls Weekend, but she's in the Chateau right now saying, 'You guys offer gift cards?' We sure do, Jessica." Random question, Pilati.
What
We
else
do
does
have
she
gift
say
cards,
there? She had something else there about
guys.
your
Yeah,
prices on
framing.
framing.
Let me answer the first question. We do gift cards. They're these nice, beautiful plastic gift cards that can be renewed.
Uh-huh.
So any amount, whether it's $1 to $1,000 or more, we can fill out any amount that you like, and it's treated like a credit card. It has our logo
Nice.
on there, and the person can refill it at any given time. So we'll be happy to help you with the gift cards at any time. Secondarily, she randomly asked questions. Lower prices on your framing. Okay, so this is special. Now until Christmas, we're running a special. We normally charge $350 for framing a jersey. That takes the jersey, you hand it to us, and we do the rest. That means that we add a couple photos if you'd like of the player. We could add a specific photo. So, for example, somebody brought a photo of them with the player that they got signed. It was Rick Barry. They had my friend Lou and his son Brock took a picture with Rick Barry. They got the autographed jersey, jersey autographed. They turned in the jersey with us. They gave us the photo picture. We printed it, and we made the entire jersey framed with the photo of Brock and Lou and Rick Barry together in the same frame, getting that specific jersey signed.
So you had
All
a
of
picture
it
of
within
you had Rick Barry and Lou Brock. That's pretty cool.
That's correct. Lou and Brock. That's right. So we have that. We're now just $199 plus tax. If you go to any other frame shop, whether it be a craft store, I won't name so I don't want to put them down or anything. But if you go to a craft store, they do a really B- job for $600. We were already about half the market when we were at $350, but now's the time to get your stuff framed for Christmas. Bring in your jersey, $199 plus tax. We can add a photo, 2 photos, not have a photo, but we'll get that thing framed for you. Glass, wood framing, great paper backing, and it's done all by our incredible framer, DJ Del Valle. These are done in-house. We do them. We don't send them off to anybody else. They're done in-house, and they're usually done within 3 days, not weeks.
Tremendous.
3 days. So
3
the very
days.
best of framing is done in our house. Thank you, Jessica Pilati, whoever you are, for bringing up those 2 items.
She adds, "I've got champagne glasses to fill and bacon to flip." Bye. So
That's called the drive-by. She just comes in.
Yes.
That's called crop dusting.
Yes.
Where you come in, you just chop, and then you leave.
A lot of great comments and questions today. I know Dwayne Baker's back talking about why he tends to stay in vintage. I mentioned that because if time allows today, we're going to quiz Emran on the most graded vintage cards of all time. So we've got that to get to if we can. But before we get to that,
one other thing, and then we can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Well, actually, 2 things. Number one, there's a brand new card show that's going on right now by a friend by the name of Jeff. Jeff. He's also known as That Beef Jerky Dude. He's a guy that does beef jerky as a profession. He's starting a new card show. It started today. It's called the Capital City Card Show, and our team of Donovan and AJ are there right now. It's at the Citrus Heights Convention Center or Convention Hall, and the guys are set up. I posted a photo of them at the event. It's going on today from 10 to 5 or 10 to 6. It's a 2-day event, but unfortunately we'll only be there for today. So if you have a chance to go by this brand new show, support our friend Jeff and make sure that you go check it out. Our guys are ready to buy your cards. We definitely need some additional inventory because of our whatnot and some of the other things that we're working on right now. So if you have cards that you'd like to trade or sell, now's a good time to do it. I will be in the shop with Beckett later this afternoon. If you want to stop by the shop as well after 2 p.m. from 2 to 6, I'll be there with Beckett, so we can also buy there as well.
All right.
The last thing I want to mention before we go is just a couple of products. I want to talk about eBay, and then we'll play our game. Cool?
Yeah, I was
So
going to
the-
ask you about eBay. Yeah, I know you had poor
the
Emran
products-
didn't. Yeah, somebody returned something. Poor Emran's all bent out of shape about it.
It's probably John. John, we're teasing you, but you did have a question. He asked about what did you pay for your blaster at Barnes & Noble?
Yeah, it was about
$29.
it was about what yours are. It was right around there. The reason I'm not sure is because I thought we were going to get a discount, and I don't think you get the discount on the cards there anymore. So yeah, it's 38
Barnes &
bucks,
Noble?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Something like
I
30,
remember being a
38.
Barnes & Noble member. I think if you paid a yearly thing, they gave you 10% off. moving
Right.
forward. Yeah, I think cards are excluded from that discount.
They didn't used to be, but anyway, or so says my friend.
Times are a changing.
Yeah.
So in regards to new product, we've got two that I want to mention. The first one is going to be 2025 Topps Update. That's paper, the flagship version of it. That one came out this week. They sit right around 180 to 190 a box in most shops. It's a typical one autograph or relic per hobby box.
One
And then
autograph or
one-
relic. Yeah, some people aren't
Yeah,
happy about
or-
that, frankly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the other option is you buy the hobby box, and that's one autograph and one relic. Similar to the way that they structure all of their Topps products, their
Mhm.
flagship products.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see consistency from Topps moving forward with flagship products, giving the same thing in every sport. So as you see basketball with the Cooper flag front, one relic or auto per hobby, one relic and one auto in jumbo.
Jumbo.
So you're
yeah.
going to continue to see that no matter what sport that's in, whether it's basketball, football, or baseball.
Mhm.
And then the other one that I want to tell you about is launching. There's a bunch of products, not ones to write home about between now and then, but starting in December, you're going to start to see some products that are going to be coming out of interest. One of them is big for you, Whitey, which is going to be December 3rd. Allen and Ginter for this year is coming
Yeah.
out. You love that. Why do you love that product so much?
It's just very quirky, and it's something I open with my daughters, and one of them's a baseball fan, one of them not so much, but they both love it because you might get a rapper, you might get a comedian, and you might get Juan Soto, or you might get dinosaur DNA. Seriously, so there's just a wide range of things you can get. It's very quirky and it's a lot of fun.
You know what I think you may see is that, and they did this last time with Jaden Daniels, and they did it with CJ Stroud. When they have exclusives, when Fanatics and Topps have exclusive with players, but they don't have the licensed product release permission yet, you're going to see stuff in there. For example, when 2023 product came out for Allen and Ginter, you saw Wemby autographs in there.
Yeah.
Because Wemby was exclusive to Topps and Fanatics at that time, but they didn't have product to put it out. They didn't even have Topps Chrome at the time, Topps Chrome basketball at the time. So what they did was they inserted him in there. So if there's any specific products that are, what am I trying to say here? Fanatics or Topps licensed guys exclusive to them, they will release it in Allen and Ginter as well in some cases. So
I think
pretty cool stuff.
I was just going to say, if I'm not mistaken, somebody at your store opened Allen and Ginter and got Jaden Daniels rookie auto. I remember
That's correct.
Shep telling me that. Yeah,
this was in 2023
Yeah.
before he.
Mhm.
Yep. And then the other thing that we need to pay attention to, I believe it comes out December 10th, providing no delays. That's 2025 Topps Chrome update. Now, why do we love that about update? It'll have Cal Raleigh in it, but that's not really what we're looking for. What is it that we're looking for, Whitey? Do you know what's in that product?
Topps Chrome
The big boy.
update.
Paul Steen's $1 million card was in this product last year.
Last year, yeah. Does
It's
this
the
have the
Topps-
patches?
Correct. The
Yeah.
MLB debut patches. And
Yeah.
guess who is in this product?
Nick Kurt.
Yamamoto.
Oh, Yamamoto. Okay.
And Kurtz is in there too. So Yamamoto, is it going to reach? I think Ellie sold for 600,000. Skeens is over 1 million. So we've got incredible products coming out. I think Yamamoto projected will be between 600,000 and 800,000 on that card. So you've got some big, and Kurtz is in there, so you figure Kurtz is going to be maybe a couple hundred to 300,000 potentially. And so it's an exciting time with a lot of these products that are coming through here. So, do we carry a question? Do you carry Topps products that are online exclusive? Says AC in the chateau. The answer is no. I tend not to buy that kind of stuff because it's difficult to get, truly. And I don't really believe in buying products that should be for the fans to be able to get. I want to carry exclusive products that are specific to hobby or low-end retail, so that way it's an affordable option. But those that are on online exclusives or buying stuff through the website, I feel like it's a great opportunity for fans to buy it directly from Topps. So why not give them the opportunity? Unfortunately, bots are a real problem, and so you have these automated buyer bots that come and take all the inventory, and you'll see them on the secondary market. So until there's a way to fix having bots purchase thousands of products underneath the noses of real fans and real collectors, we're always going to have that problem.
Well, Emron, speaking of a bot, I know somebody bought something from you through eBay, and you were not happy with it. Thank you. You were not happy with the way the transaction ended up, correct?
Correct. So we have roughly about 75,000 listings on eBay. If you go to our eBay ID is True Sports Cards 916 as our sales. That's where we sell. About 75,000 listings on eBay. We have a whole team that works on that. We have an online team. And we recently sold a Luka Doncic PSA 10 for $200. We pack it up securely and safely. We send it off to the buyer. The buyer receives it. Now, since the buyer, when we shipped it to when the buyer received it, this is when Luka started off hurt this season. He had a little bit of issues, right? So he was sitting for a little bit with him and LeBron both sitting. And the guy gets it and immediately starts a return process. So he wants to return the card.
Sir, may I ask you, pardon me for interrupting, but what is your return policy? Like, does it say no returns or?
We have a 14-day with reasoning. So it has to be defective, damage, etc.
Yeah.
So the card was securely sent. They received it. The guy goes, well, it looks like it's a little loose in here, a little smaller than it should be. I'd like to return it. It's like, wait a minute. I sold you a PSA 10. It's a valid card. It's not something that has been tampered with. I sold you a PSA 10. You received it. You claim that you received it. You showed me that you received it. And now you're telling me that you want to return it.
If it was small, it wouldn't have gotten a 10, right? They would have noticed that when they graded it. Yeah.
Right. So they're saying they believe it potentially is trimmed. It's in a PSA 10. Okay, look, when we have $100, $200, $300 cards, I'm the one that's handing it to our team to go do. So I'm trying to figure this out. So I denied the claim. I said, no, we did what we were supposed to do. If it was damaged, if it was cracked, if it had an issue, no problem. If you have a problem with the manufacturer's issue with it, send it to PSA and say, I'd like it reslabbed. I don't have it. I have a problem with it. Right? It's not, I didn't do it. I didn't put it in the PSA case. I sold you exactly what we advertised. eBay said, we reviewed your case. We've reviewed your site, Emron. We're going to deny it. We're going to allow them to return it. Do you know how bad that is for a seller when you deliver on everything you're supposed to do? And then let's say that the player gets hurt, or for some reason the person goes, I don't want it anymore. And they can send it back. And then you give a valid reason back as to why this is what you believe is a fraudulent return. And then eBay says, we don't care. That's what happened to me. So on the way back, here comes this Luka card for $200. And it's a waste of time. I have to relist it. It potentially could go up or down. I mean, Luka's playing well, so I'm not worried about it coming back. But that just goes to show how different platforms will take a side. And if you're a buyer, I guess eBay is the great platform to be. But as a seller, buyer beware. So when people come to my store and they say to me, let's say that I offer a specific card, I offer 80% of value as an example. Sometimes I offer as much as 95%. Sometimes I offer as much as 60%. Depends on the player, the speed that we can sell it, etc.
Yeah.
But let's say 80% I offer. The guy goes, "Oh, I'll take it to eBay and I'll get 84%." Okay, no problem. You can sell your card wherever you want. But buyer beware, or seller beware. These are the kinds of issues that you deal with when you're trying to squeeze every nickel out. Sometimes it's easier to just go down to your local card shop and say, you know what, Emran, I'm going to sell you all these cards. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to list anything. You might be giving me a little less than what I would get online, but I don't have to deal with the hassle. And as a guy that sells hundreds of cards, if not thousands of cards a month on eBay, I can tell you there is hassle involved.
Yeah.
So think about some of this when you're figuring out your platforms as to where you're going to sell your cards.
Well, I know from experience, a little bit of experience, and also just from reading that, and I know you're well aware of this, that eBay does lean strongly towards the buyer, and that's one of the ways they get people to buy stuff on eBay. Is they will, if there's a dispute, they tend to say, "No, we're gonna go with the buyer here," and they get the refund.
I'm okay with that, Whitey. I truly am. But when you have somebody that's manipulating,
I understand.
Abusing it,
Yeah.
that's the bad part about it. And in addition to that, anybody that sells on eBay can tell you that it's very difficult to leave a buyer a negative review. Sometimes you'll see positive reviews that have negative commentary in there because the seller can't say, "Hey, this guy tried to, dupe me." Yeah. So you'll have to put it on a positive. So it'll show positive, but then you have to read the commentary. It says, "This is not a positive. This is a negative, but I can't leave a negative. This is what the guy did to me." It's a unique place to be.
Mm-hmm. Tell you what, I'll help you out. I'll give you $8 for the card. Right? The 10. I'll give you $8. No, $7.50 because you didn't.
As long as you don't try to return it, and I don't have to hear about it, I'm fine with that.
That's too bad, but yeah, that's there's eBay for you. Where else can I go? Where else can I sell my cards? Smart guy.
When you're exchanging money for product, the person giving the money should always be protected. I'm in agreement with that, right? Because it's money, real money transacting, and it's up to the seller to provide the product that they accurately describe and accurately deliver. So that's something that I want to make sure that I do say that about. But
Nate's TV in the chat says just list no returns. I see it many of the listings on eBay.
I will say this to you. I appreciate that answer or that suggestion, but as a store that does a lot of business, I think it's really critical to make sure that you allow people to return things if there's a problem with it. And I don't want to shut the door. It's not fair to the 99.9% of the people that run stuff the right way and are ethical. It's not fair to them to shut the door because I got to worry about a dodo like the one that I just dealt with. So for me, I'm always going to choose to be on the side of good people doing good things with honestly and earnestly trying to buy something for themselves. And when you have jackals like this, it's difficult to deal with, but it doesn't change my nature of wanting to know that I'm working with good people. So that's what it is.
Yeah, gotcha. Good luck with that.
We got 7 minutes. Give it to me. What do we got?
Well, first I want to real quickly see what you think of this, the hot list, Beckett's hot list. And this is for this week, although they put this out before Ohtani and Judge won the MVP awards again.
If those two weren't already on there, then there'd be a problem with this list.
Yeah. So they have the hot list: Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Drake May, Shea, Jonathan Taylor, Roman Anthony, Cade Cunningham, Connor Bedard, and Alex Ovechkin, and 2025-26 tops, all Kings basketball inserts. Can you confirm, do you see it the same way? Are those
Was there no Nick Kurtz on that list?
No, but again, this came out, it's this week's, but it came out before the awards were announced.
I'm shocked that Roman Anthony is on there above Nick Kurtz. Roman Anthony is on there. He had a great season. He ended up getting hurt near the end, but he had a great season. Came in third place in Rookie of the Year behind Kurtz and Jacob Wilson. But if Kurtz was on the Red Sox, like Anthony's on the Red Sox, he'd be way up on that list. Yeah. It's just a factor of being on a major franchise.
East Coast bias is what that is.
And the Bedard, for those of you that follow hockey, I try my best to learn as much as I can, try to be an expert for you guys if possible. I know a little bit about hockey. Bedard was on a potentially bust track. He was the number one pick for the Chicago Blackhawks a few years back, and huge hype. Never really hit it, and people were like, "Uh-oh, this is bad."
He's
but
20.
He's come around.
Yeah.
He's come around. He's doing really well. He's still very young. I think he's 21 years old.
No, he's 20.
So-
This says he's 20.
20 years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these guys, you'll see guys like coming out in baseball and they don't usually hit the major leagues until 23, 24, 25 because they're playing minors. In basketball, you'll see guys get drafted really young and then just sit them. As an example, G.G. Jackson has been in the league for 2 years now with the Grizzlies, and he's 19 years old now. So the guys sitting on the bench at a lot of cases, so they're very young. But when hockey comes around, they stick those guys right in the middle. You're in. Macklin Celebrini plays for the San Jose Sharks.
Mhm.
The kid is 19 years old and kicking butt, and they just insert them in early. They go, run.
Mhm.
So or skate. So we're really excited for. I'm a big fan of everybody succeeding. I never want anybody to lose. I hope that like the team, like the Warriors, if they're playing against us, I hope Curry scores 49. I hope everybody does really well, and I hope they lose against the Kings. Right?
There you
Like
go.
I don't want people to not do well. There's real people behind these things. We don't want to scream at them. Hey, you suck as a person, and we hate you. I want you all to eat. I want you all to win. I just don't want you to win against my team. I hope you
Gotcha.
do really well individually and lose
Here's the
against that team.
Yeah, pardon me. Here's the cold list. They got 3 people on it. The Beckett cold list: Adley Rushman, Zion Williamson, and C.J. Stroud. You down with that, Emron?
I don't understand the Stroud part, but he does have a concussion right now.
Yeah.
Adley Rushman did not live up to expectations this year as the catcher and one of the faces. Not only that, but the Orioles played terrible this year. So they were expected to compete for the World Series. They weren't even close, and they were in a division that was just monstrous. It was very difficult for them to get out of that division. So, yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. Before we let you go, Emron, we do have here all-time most graded vintage cards. This is from Sports Collectors Daily. Vintage consists of cards produced prior to 1981 for the purpose of this exercise. Would you like to guess? We have 100 here, so we could
Give me
go
the
all
top
day.
five.
Yeah.
Give me the top 5. How many of each sport are represented in that top 5?
Yeah, let me back that up here. 89 of the top 100 most graded cards are from baseball. 6 are from football. 3 are from basketball. 3 of the top 100 most graded vintage cards. And hockey, 2. So there you go. And of course, 67.
Of the top 5, what's the breakdown in sport?
It goes.
And I wouldn't mind the YouTube chateau jumping in here to find out what their thoughts are.
If we're doing just top 5, this is according to Sports Collectors Daily, and it's mostly PSA, but it's PSA, SGC, BGS, even CGC on here. You've got in the top 5 most graded vintage cards 4 from the world of baseball and 1 from football.
Wow. And this is from 1981 or earlier.
Yes, correct.
Last question regarding this before I start guessing. Does 1981 year count?
No, it's all pre-1981.
1980 or older.
Correct.
Got it. Okay. Then the first one that I would say has to be, and maybe the chateau can help out too. I'd love to hear from YouTube to see what they can help me with this one. You said there's only one football?
1 football. And again, these are the cards that have been graded the most. Not the most 10s or anything, but the cards that have been graded most. And it's not just players because we're going individual years here. So the actual.
Can I ask you, Whitey, is the football one 1976?
It is.
I'm going to go with 1976 Topps Walter Payton.
That is very good. That is correct. That's number 3 on the list. It's been graded 28,321 times. That's a lot, but a far cry from the most graded card, which is 66,392. And we're inside of a minute here, Emron.
Give me the year.
1980 is at the very top.
Ricky Henderson.
Ricky Henderson is correct. 66,392.
I'm good at this.
Yes.
Hey, card guy, shut up about the Kings and just talk about cards, you idiot.
1968 is number 2. What do you think?
Nolan Ryan.
Ryan Koosman is correct. 1975 is number 4 on the list.
George Brett.
That is correct. And 5th and finally, 1968. Also 1966. No, it's actually 68 and 66 is Mickey Mantle, who I believe is the most graded athlete on this list. But you did very well, Amron. Way to go.
I should have a card show.
Yes.
And own a card shop.
Yeah, and see Emron at the shop today. We're back with you next week. Thank you, Emron. I'll see you next week on the True Sports Card Show.
Bye, everybody.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your priceless vinyl collection. Sure, you sleep on a futon because the money most people would have spent on a bed you spent on